Hello, I'm Quentin. I'm just a guy. I've decided to make a few videos in and about social VR. I showed my first video to my friends and family and they liked it, but most of them were confused because they're not in the Metaverse. So I'm making a hype-free video primer for people who aren't in social VR. Well, first of all, my videos are not in the Metaverse, at least nobody calls it that. Basically, they made one of those online games where you run around and shoot each other, but instead of shooting each other, you talk to each other. Desktop PCs have had some version of it for 25 years, but now that you can get a VR headset, there's a new generation of social apps with support for VR gaining popularity. Don't forget you saw this!
Hey Quentin, this is Fenton. I tried that thing you like, and I have never been so traumatized in all my life. Is this what you do all day? I'm not judging, just... I gotta go page my therapist again.
No, look, this isn't a tutorial. There are other videos that will explain which game to get, how to set it up, and how to avoid trouble and find decent people. The only advice I have in this video is, if you get curious enough and decide to try it, you're more likely to have a good experience if you don't go in alone the first time. Have a friend join you, preferably but not necessarily someone with experience in the game. For example, Fenton should have called me first. There's not much to it. Go ahead, look at the short runtime of this video. I mean, go down there, mouse over the progress bar, and while you're down there, maybe click on the subscribe button. And an avatar is what you look like to other players. And in most of these, you can change yours at any time. Let's check, you just click. Before I was a desert tortoise, I was a denim robot. A world is a setting that someone has created for us to walk around in, as small as a single room or as large as a vast forest. Worlds can contain assets both decorative and interactive. For two players to talk, they have to be in not just the same world, but the same instance of that world. Anyone can create an instance and set the rules for who can join them. For example, in Complex 7, I filmed all that in a private instance, so you didn't see any other player characters. All the robots and cats you saw were just assets, part of the world. You can join an instance, or you can join on a friend, which just means joining the same instance they're on. If they've walked away from the spawn point, you might have to go find them. So you can tell that this is the kind of thing that's hard to talk about to people who aren't familiar with it. So when I try to talk to friends in real life about it, they get confused or bored, or they get curious and leave angry messages on my answering machine. So like when I want to talk about stuff, maybe I'll just talk about it in a video. Let's be clear, actual virtual reality where you strap a screen to your face and it tracks your hands through space has gotten really good. But I think it'll remain a niche hobby no matter how much hype there is around it. Not everyone can use one of these things, you know. As luck would have it, I can afford the equipment, and I have enough space at home to use it safely. Already, not everyone can clear that bar. I don't get motion sick too easily, but there's people who can't handle VR for even a few seconds. I do have a visual impairment that makes some things difficult. I'm usually okay with human-scale objects and large print text, but if something gets too small or too distant or lots of visual noise, I can't really see it. Accessibility is present, but spotty. I wouldn't be the first to say that social VR feels a lot like the old Web 1.0 days, the Wild West. I was there in the late 90s, early 2000s when people were trying stuff out. There's plenty of room for individual creators and small businesses to succeed. You could make friends across the globe and almost everything was free. But like the early web, most of the social VR apps are run by companies with servers to maintain and investors to satisfy. So, just like the rest of the internet, whatever you like about it isn't going to last. And consumer VR is one example of something that's still early enough that I can watch it get better in real time. I'm at the age where I'm more likely to react to a new thing with caution rather than excitement. And I hope this isn't my last new thing, because it's ephemeral and special. It could all go away tomorrow, or worse, it could go mainstream. Like, I know I just said it couldn't really go mainstream for accessibility reasons, but then again, Accessibility problems never stopped society from making something mandatory. Not everybody can drive a car, and we've built this whole country as if we all supposed to. So that's all I really wanted to go over this video. Just the coarse points. The finer points will come later. So I'll see you next time in cyberspace!